one of the key takeaways from the post 9/11 era was the importance of our intelligence community working together and across agencies to tackle the threats that face the nation. How did the Defense Intelligence Enterprise work to increase collaboration with the rest of the intelligence community in fiscal year 2024, and what can we expect in fiscal year 2025?
Thank you for the question. I think what I can offer is that I think we've only taken the lessons of the 9/11 era and applied them to new and different challenges. So as I remarked before, I see the entire defense intelligence enterprise really operationalizing our partnerships, which means we're no longer just working independently with partners, but we're thinking about the ways different agencies can partner with our allies and partners in service of common objectives. I think you've heard already today some examples of joint work that is going on inside of the department to make sure that we are approaching things with a new and different informed view that takes into account all of the different talents and capabilities that exist inside the department and uses them to maximum effect.
Thank you. And for each of you, what is the most pressing capability gap facing the Defense Intelligence Enterprise and your specific agency? What are you doing to mitigate these gaps, and what support do you need from us to help you do so?
Congresswoman, I think from our perspective, the areas that the department has really asked us to look at is resiliency. How do we think about ensuring that we can deliver intelligence in competition and in crisis, and if deterrence fails, in conflict? And I think those are areas that we're going to really examine closely, and those are things that you will see coming through the department in terms of budget requests as we look at those areas the Secretary is asking us to focus on.
Thank you.
I think what I would offer is that our most pressing capability gap, really not just for us, but for everyone. When asked this question, I always actually go to a non-traditional route, and I say the thing that I am most concerned about is our ability to protect our networks, our people, and our data. So whether that's a counterintelligence piece, whether it is security of our highly classified networks, whether it's the defense industrial base, it is focused on those efforts that we need to do there. We are all working those, and I think what you'll see in the budget that has already been submitted are the kinds of programs that will help us in that regard.
Thank you. And General Cruz, how is the Defense Intelligence Enterprise looking to incorporate emerging technologies such as AI into its capabilities and to ensure that these new capabilities will provide the most relevant information for our warfighters?
Thank you for the question. We have established an emerging and disruptive technologies organization that is focused really in three areas. One is on quantum, and that is doing some really good work on how others are using quantum computing, quantum comms, and quantum sensing. We have an organization that is focused on biotechnology and biosecurity, and then another group that is working specifically on AI and counter AI, and we can certainly talk through what some of those lines of efforts might look like. We also have a sort of a technology and long-range assessments organization that is looking out in the 5 to 20-year point to see what technologies are in research and development stages that may not necessarily be military technologies yet, but could be if applied, and then we track those through to acquisition.
And for some of the work that you are doing in the AI space, what steps are you taking to ensure that you can identify misinformation that our adversaries may be using through AI? In the context for the question, and I know I'm about to run out of time, so you may have to submit an answer later. 5 years ago, I was at a conference where an expert said that the ability of AI to detect misinformation was going to be outpaced by the ability of AI to create misinformation. And I've been worried about that for 5 years. So if you could provide some information on what you all are doing to try to get ahead of that.
I would be happy either to take that for the record or answer that in classified session. There is some important work. Your concerns are very valid, and it's an issue we've got to stay a step ahead of.